Sorry about that, guys. How's everyone doing today? Man, I feel so stuffy today. What do we got? About 5 more minutes. I look like we had like a little 3-minute setup here before the market just kind of ripped, but we'll still watch this area. This is on the 3-minute here. Let's see if it formed on the 5-minute here. Yep. We also got it set up on the 5-minute and 3-minute this morning. So pretty much just the same move. It's just 2 different time frames. I feel like the 5 minutes a little better just because that trauma line's a little lower. But we'll watch both of them to see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen right away this morning. Hopefully it maybe consolidates a little bit and just kind of makes its way down, because that is what, 100 points down. So what's up, fish lips? So we got a nice little 5-minute, 3-minute trend line set up this morning. We got one here on the 5-minute and 3-minute here. So these are going to be the trades that I'm going to be waiting for this morning. Unless it's just a straight waterfall or a straight kind of boner candle to the upside, then I was hoping to get like a cheap eval to maybe try that 150 100 thing out. Still no discounts for Bewley Nut. Wednesday, for anybody that uses day trade, if you want some cheap accounts, they got 90% off tomorrow, and they're just like Apex. Same thing. Let's see. 90% off Wednesday for day trade. So. All right, let me look at my ES number again. So there's a 5220 hit, which it looks like we've already blasted that. In all the trades in these markets, we had 4 targets, 5130. Then next would be 5250. Any more here is bonding a runner to 5287. So it looks like we could just be running. Could just be a straight up type of day today. Oh, I don't think Methodical Man's streaming today. Fish Lips. He's going to. He's picking up his kids. He said. All right, guys, we got what, 2 minutes left? 2 minutes. Oh, you're testing the 5100 again? Yeah, I want to get a cheap eval. I really don't have any eval. All my stuff is pretty much funded accounts. And I don't really want to be buying expensive evals to do that. Tomorrow, day trades got 90% off, so I'm going to probably pick up those. So today might be a little bit more slower. I probably won't be taking as many trades since we're doing funded. It's only probably today. And so we're just going to have to wait for either our 3-minute, 5-minute breakouts. Or I might do one of my fundeds with the Romney candle here maybe later and see what happens with that. I'm not sure where the chat is on this. Yeah, it's kind of. All right, just kind of get my last little thing set up here. All right, so this morning might be a little bit slower morning. We're just going to have to wait because we had such big moves overnight, so it could just be a grind starting out. We're waiting either for this 5-minute or 3-minute break to the downside here. So we got two touches. We're just kind of waiting on this third one to see what we get. Bring over trading view. So if you're using trading view, I use this one indicator that just draws that trend lines in just case I'm not paying attention. This is the 3-minute trend line, and this will be your 5-minute trend line. You have to give it a minute to update here. All right, there you go. I feel like it's going to be kind of grindy this morning. We've had some pretty crazy last couple days trading between Friday and Monday. And so usually whenever in the New York session, whenever you got massive moves overnight, over London and Asian market, usually the New York session usually is not that great. So, and I don't have any evals to trade this morning, so we're going to be doing funded. So definitely be a little bit more patient this morning. Thank you guys for joining. How's everyone doing today? I don't know if any of you guys are trading or if you're just stopping by. And I also try to post these setups in Discord also. This way you don't have to sit around and watch charts. If I'm watching charts and if you have on notifications, I usually try to post this in the Discord. All right, so overnight lows was all the way down at the 650s. We pretty much ran those lows from yesterday. We had like a huge sell-off yesterday, then a complete reversal. Over 1,000 points. The breakout was already happened this morning. I wish I had caught this one. I missed this one this morning because I wasn't paying attention. This was another 3-minute breakout this morning that you would have got your 20 to 30 points, depending on how many points you're trying to get. I'm just doing 20 points on mine on the 3 minutes and 30 minutes. I mean, and on the 5 minutes, we do 30. So, good morning, Angel. How are you doing today? Yeah, so this is pretty normal as far as what you see what's going on with the market, just kind of trading sideways here. Not really making any big moves. So this is one of my indicators. It's kind of my favorite indicator here. What this does is it pushes your initial balance high, initial balance low, opening range low, opening range high, and if you pull Fibonacci, this is your 50% pullback here. These trades that I usually take off these levels are just strictly evals. What's up, Adrian? How are you doing today? I'm hoping that this 3-minute/5-minute kind of works out for us this morning. Right now, it's kind of setting up on the 3-minute and 5-minute here. So 5 minutes will be a little bit lower. What 5 minutes I'll have you probably entering around the 18,000s, which I'm not a big fan of, just because we usually have some kind of reversal around that level. We can see what the 3-minute. 3-minute may be a little better because if you can get in around the 20. But the only thing I also don't like about this one is the fact that your trauma is way back up here at 104. You really want the trauma to be kind of crossing at the same time. And it's doing that on the 5 minute, I think. Yeah, see how the 5 minutes a lot lower? Hopefully it'll make a little curve here. Good morning, Phil. How are you doing today? Sorry if I'm not focusing on the names in the charts. We're just kind of focusing on the charts at the moment. Uh-oh, sorry. I didn't mean to move the... Let's see. Good morning, John. Hopefully most of you guys survived yesterday. Yesterday was pretty tough in the market. I think we're averaging like 70, 80 points for 1 minute candles, which is kind of insane. How you doing today, Wanda? Chilling. How are you guys today? Are any of you guys trading today, or are you guys just flipping through? So if you're new here, these square boxes that you see here, this would be your 5 minute opening range trade here. And this next box would be your 15-minute breakout. So a lot of times what you can do, I only usually take these type of trades on evals. You kind of get that break of the 15-minute slash retest. What's up, Flacco? How are you doing today? So guys, if you're just watching, this is the 3 minute chart here. We'll have to watch this one. I don't like the fact that our trauma is way up here at the 108. You really want it to be down here around your trend line as it breaks. So the 5 minute, oh wait, this is a 2 minute chart. This indicator that I'm using on TradingView for anybody that uses TradingView. This way you don't have to worry about marking trend lines. It just kind of puts them on there for you. And that's on TradingView. Yeah, what, you just take $100 and just kind of got out on that one, Adrian? Yeah, I kind of had a feeling the market was going to be kind of tough or hard to trade this morning because of the big move overnight. Yeah, I don't have any evals to trade this morning, so that's why we have to sit here and just kind of be patient and wait. So we might not even get a trade this morning. May have to come back later this morning. What's up, Backdoor? How are you doing today? Is there anybody in the lobby that's trading today? We are trading the NQ future market. Man, we could, from yesterday, we could run this wick from yesterday all the way up at the 350s. Here's your 200. Going to reverse off the 200. Oh, there's fish lips bread and butter. Damn. Fish lips, did you take that one? Did you get short at the 200s? I'm a, Methodical Man's on a vacation in Florida today, Andy, and this morning he said he's going to go run and pick up his kid somewhere in another city. So he's out driving down the interstate somewhere or a road. I'm assuming interstate. Man, Fish Lips, nice trade. How many points did you take off that Fish Lips? Because I know you probably got short at the 200s. Man, we just dropped literally 100 points within a few minutes. This is insane today. All right, we're in the macro time, the last 10 minutes of the hour. What's up, Bambi? How are you doing today? Lewis? Wow, insane, insane, insane. And these 100-point candles are just brutal, guys. So far, Bambi, no trades. It hadn't been great price action because of the big overnight move. A lot of times, we're still getting movement, but usually the price action is kind of weird in the morning whenever Asian and London has like massive moves. I mean, this is an insane candle right now. I mean, what is this, like almost a 100 point candle? Just a straight rip. Oh my goodness. I was hoping to get the short here. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the 3-minute breakdown here. So we're going to be in no hurry this morning. We're just going to sit here and wait, because a lot of times what happens, if I had evals, I'd probably take a little bit more riskier trades, and that's usually what I do. If I got cheap evals, I'll take a little bit more risky trades, but whenever I'm trading my funded accounts, we're going to be a lot more patient. Wow, that's an insane candle. If we're going to stay to the upside, I feel like it's going to be this 18,350s. That was a move from yesterday. This is a data wick from yesterday. I want to say this was that false news that we got yesterday where someone said that, we were kind of on the downward fall with all the crazy news in the, all the business fail news in the morning. Everybody's just kind of really hard on the, what is that called? Tariffs. That's it, tariffs. So what this was, someone had some kind of fake news out where they said they were reducing the tariffs or taking them off on a pause, and the market shot up like over 1,000 points within 9 minutes. I don't know what it is. I always forget how to pronounce the tariff word. I always forget about it, or I get tongue twisted on it. All right, so we're right here at our 15-minute breakout. So hopefully if we can stay above this, you kind of get a sense of a direction. This is your close of your 15-minute candle here. Here at the 2002s. You're in 3 or 4 conversations. You might be hearing my headphones. What about now? Can you hear it now? I don't know if I'm back feeding what I'm hearing on my computer. I don't know why it would be back feeding. I'm not really sure if it'll let me mess with it. Okay, it might have been that speaker, the unmuted audio. Maybe that was what was causing it to backfeed through, because that was the only thing I did. Okay. I haven't streamed on TikTok in a while. I kind of got away from TikTok because it's not that I didn't mind TikTok. It was whenever they were talking about all the bans or whenever they were going to do away with TikTok and stuff, I stopped kind of wasting my time with it. So all my settings might be a little weird this morning. So still no trade. These are the accounts that we're trading. Like I said, we have no evals. Or do I have it? Is that an eval reset eval maybe? Maybe I had an eval reset. Looks like I did. Okay. But these are funded accounts. So we have 6 funded with Apex. But I just noticed that I must have had an eval reset on one of my Apex account because it looks like I have a fresh 25,000 there. So we'll try it and see. Since that 3-minute didn't work out. Yeah, next week we're also going to be starting to trade a live funded account with on Tradevate. And that's going to be strictly our 3 and 5 minute setups. Yeah, I guess whatever this little speaker here where it says audio, that must be like the backfad. Yeah, I used to use Tradevate all the time. Tradevate had a lot of issues. It's been years ago though, a couple years ago. It's whenever Top Step was using Tradevate, and I guess everybody was on Tradevate, and they used to get a lot of lag on Tradevate. Like it would crash quite a bit, but then everybody kind of started going their separate ways. Whenever Top Step switched over to their own trading platform or trading, I guess, app or whatever they're using. It's called the X or something like that. I mean, these aren't the most beautiful candles. I mean, we got small body, big wicks. We kind of sideways, and these are just like 100-point boner candles. And those are just, don't really offer entries. You like, okay, so you're using Top Step. So you like to copy trade on Trade of 8. Nice. So a lot of times I will take this on evals, and what this is what you're called your 15-minute breakout candle. So what you do is it marks out the 15 minutes for you. This is the 15 minutes high and low. And so a lot of times I'll wait for us to push above the 15 minutes, and then I'll wait for the retest. And this was the retest. Then you would have got long once it either printed back above it or some kind of momentum back above through the 15 minute. Oh, yesterday I've had several, just hearing people talk, man. A lot of people's accounts got messed up so bad yesterday, either from the market freezing or from a lot of these broker accounts. Like, I also heard people making money this way. So yesterday, between, like, let's say Ninja, Tradeovate, and TradingView, the numbers were off skewed. So let's just say Tradeovate would have the right numbers, but over here on Tradeovate, you would be off like 200 points. So you already know where the market's going, and it was filling people at the wrong price target. So people were making tons of money off of that yesterday. I don't know if they're going to go back and fix it, though. Don't really know. But then there were some people that got in those same type moves, and the thing froze up, and their accounts got blown up. So it could have went either way for you. So I can't do any hero on this eval until we get some kind of bear flag set up or something. So what we're going to have to do is just kind of get a little bear flag set up back into either a 9 EMA or a 21 EMA. I feel like we still got another 100 points to the upside. I feel like we want to run this 350 here. I feel like 350 is going to be your target. And that was from yesterday here. So this move right here, Bammy, was caused by somehow that I heard it was from AI, or it was, I don't know how it would have got passed around so fast, but someone says that they paused those tariffs for 90 days, and that's what caused this 1,000-point move to the upside yesterday. Yeah, on Twitter. I remember watching that because I've never seen anything like that ever trading. Like, I was on the 3-minute. I saw 3-minute candles go 1,000 points in 9 minutes. It was just like, holy crap. Yeah, it was on Twitter where the news got spread yesterday. But then it went right back down another 800 points, then right back up overnight. So it's been some insane movement for the last 24 hours. No, I didn't enter. I don't enter at the top of candles. So what I try to do is I like to wait for some kind of pullback on top of some kind of resistance on evals. Now, I do trade my evals different than I trade my funded accounts. I trade evals a little bit more aggressively. But on fundeds, I stay very patient with my funded accounts. So with my funded accounts, I do have 2 that are a little in the negative here, about $100. Then I got one that's sitting at 25,400. Then I have another one that's sitting at 25,875. And what sucks, I've had this one close to payout like twice already within one trade, and end up coming back down. That sucks. We're going to probably run that 350 before we get any kind of pullback. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pull out it. I see you. What's that, Fish Lips? Oh, we got a 99 ATR on 15-second candles. No, John, Methodical Man's not streaming today. He had to go pick up his kids because they're on vacation. So he's probably on the road right now. He had like a 2.5 hour drive this morning. Oh, yesterday was the ATR yesterday. Okay, yeah, that was pretty insane yesterday, Fish Lips. Fish Lips, did you take that last setup of that 100 break on the 200? Did you take that one, that short? I was considering it, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. That's just insane. 125 points so far on a micro, man. So does that mean you have another short sitting at 350? Right? Is that how you're doing that? Another short sitting at 350? Then if it goes back down to, I mean, I don't think, what, 250 you'll buy, right? Oh, okay. So if it pulls back to 350, 250 here, you're going to buy. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, that's where I feel like I'm not saying we won't keep going above 350, but I feel like it wants this wick right here from yesterday. 360. Oh, ES already ran the highs yesterday already. Okay, let me see. Let me pull my ES chart over here. Okay. Wow, it hit that 352. I know. It paid almost 40 points. That was insane. I had it set up to take it, but I was like, oh, I'll wait. Oh, goodness. Bammy, there's this other guy in my YouTube lobby that's trading the 50s and 100s. So what he would have done is he would have took a long here off of this 50 bounce back up to the upside. Now, is this where you're waiting for the move to come back to the 300s? Oh, too high? Okay, I got what you're saying. No, no. I think he took that bounce earlier, Bammy, off of the 50 from this candle here. I can definitely see the 200 there, fish lips, just because that's that session mid. Man, what a crazy another rip off that 250 again. So are you still taking the 50s on that? Oh, not today. Okay. So we're still missing that 350 push by what? About 50 points. No, we got up to what? Missed it by 20 points. We hit 329. Yeah, you would think it'd make another little push to at least take out those 350s, 360s. Then maybe we can get that big pullback. All right. Ooh, it seems like we're on the struggle bus to get through the 300s. Let me look to that left again, see if there was a lot of like support here. I guess we did hit that first wick up. Look, there's another candle there. I can't tell. Okay, so that's where the sell-off started yesterday. So here's the top of that straight boner candle yesterday from the false news. And then that next candle is sitting at 329. So that was that target we just hit. So we took out the first candle. That was the sell-off candle. Fish lips, you say you missed 100 points for being too chicken. I wanted to pull the trigger for you, but I didn't. I was like, no, fish lips not gonna do it because it was very tempting. I'm scared we're gonna hit this top without a pullback, that we could just hit it and just freaking skyrocket through. Bambi, what do you usually what kind of what entries, how do you enter your trades? Are you doing it off support and resistance, or bear flags, or bull flags, or I wasn't sure how. I was just curious how you enter your. Okay, support and resistance. That's kind of how I do mine too. Especially on evals. Like I said, the only thing I do different between evals and funded accounts, I trade breakouts for fundeds. All right, here comes the 350s. Finally got there. It was a struggle to get up there. I thought we would get there a little sooner, but we struggled to get through the 29s, 20s here. Right, yeah. Breakouts for the fundeds and not, yeah. I feel like a lot of the trades that I take on all these support and resistance are the win percentages not as big. I feel like the win percentages are better on the 3 minutes and 5 minute time entries. So let's see here. All right, let's see here. So usually I'm waiting for like moves like this. So this was from this morning that it never happened. I posted it in the Discord, but it never played out. So yesterday I took this 5-minute breakout and I took it for 30 points. So we had the break right here and we had a 5-minute candle that pushed down almost 90 points. I put it in there early, but we had to be patient. It bounced here. This was the pre 5-minute breakout. I tried to post it in Discord to kind of say it's about to set up. This was the 3-minute one from last week. I don't know. It didn't really have very good like movement between, but we still were able to get our 20 points out of it. There was one last week, man. I missed so much on that one. That thing went up 400 points and I only took like 10 points out of it. Yeah, we're using micros, Bammy. We trade anywhere from 2 micros to 6 micros usually because we're using 25K accounts. Yes. And usually whenever I'm using 6 micros, it's usually a eval. I used to do 5 and 6 evals on my fundeds, but it just seems like there was one time where I took like 4 straight losses on my funded account. And so I had to downsize a little bit because it was just taking $200 loss after $200 loss after $200 loss. So we still got about 8 more minutes before the IBH setup. And what the IBH is your initial balance high or initial balance high. And so this is the close of the hour. So this will be where the hourly close candle is. Or the high of the hourly candle. Okay, so you're on 50K. Yeah, that's probably what I use on 50K if it's funded. But if it was an eval, I'd probably be a little bit more aggressive. But it also depends. I do a little bit more aggressive if it's like a 90% off account. So tomorrow, I was going to pick up some more 90% off day trades. If you like using Apex, daytrader.com is the same company. Pretty much the same company because he was one of the owners of Apex and he has pretty much the same rules as Apex does. Yeah, the initial balance is one of my favorite indicators. I have this indicator free in the Discord that it just puts it on there for you. So it marks out your initial balance low, opening range low, opening range high, session mid, which this is your 50% here on the Fibonacci. and initial balance high up here. Yeah, let me put that in there. I don't know why I have issues with that, John. I think it's the one that's in the see if that one would work. Oh, I'm not really sure why it won't let me paste. This is also an indicator that Fish Lip, I'm not sure if Fish Lip still uses. He's the one that turned me on to this indicator here. Dude, I bet you Fish Lips just took a 50-point banger right here because that hit off the 53 and just sold down freaking 70 points. It's so hard to get long this high up. That's the only thing that worries me because we already ran those highs. So I'm not sure if this is going to be our high of the day. I feel like the safer move here, if you want to be safer, you probably want it to push above this 53, then come back and retest the 53. I feel like that would be your safer play. Yeah, that was a Fish Lip, this other guy in my lobby. That's what he's been trading. So he probably would have got short at 350. Then he would probably be looking for 20 to 50 points. So he would have took that trade probably. And this is just what 1 or 2 micros. I think he's doing it with just 1 micro. But he's taking almost every single one though. So that would have been 50 points, which is what, $100 just what 1 micro. Never mind. We still have about a minute and a half left for this initial balance to be set. Wow, there's another 50 points off the 350. And he's just putting resting orders. He posted his stuff in the chat yesterday, how many points he got. Let's see. One showed he made like what $2,000, $2,800, 1,500 points just on a micro. I mean, that's insane. That much money off one couple micros. I'm trying to work up the courage to take him, Bambi. I know my luck. As soon as I try to take it, it's going to go the complete opposite way. But I mean, you know, if you're just doing 50 points, I mean, at the most you lose $100, so which is not that bad, I guess. Wow. And these candles have been kind of ugly. I mean, if you look at them, it's like doji, all wick. These last couple candles have been tough. We've had a lot of support around these 250s. The move down here, if we get through these 50s, you're probably looking at this session mid here. That'll be your Fibonacci pullback to the 209s here. Either that or we're going to take a big bounce off of this 21 EMA. Yeah, that's what I'm using, the 9 and 21. Ooh. We're going to break back out of this flag to the upside. Might have got stopped out. I thought we were going to get the breakout. Oh, what a bummer. Oh, that's gonna suck if it goes after it stopped me out. I thought we broke out of this trend here. I thought we'd get another push back up. Maybe I'm not on the 1 minute chart. Maybe that's why. Man, people are down 200. Holy 2,000. Holy crap. That's insane. Man, this thing's being very flinchy right now. You feel like you were strolling through a Las Vegas slot machine. Yeah, it's definitely a little different with All right, we'll try this one more time to the upside here. Oh, no, it didn't. I just got wicked on that one. I only got 2 contracts left. We had 6. I don't know if we're going to be able to get our runner here. We sold 4 at 10. And we still have 2 left, but I don't really want to have a big stop loss. Ah, dang it. Let's see if that 300 holds. I was hoping a 300 here would hold. This may come back and get our last 2 contracts. We're not be able to get a runner on this one. Okay, so we didn't get no runner. So we started off with 6 contracts, sold 4, but I was hoping for a bigger move with the last 2. Man. Yeah, I usually get most of my money like on my runners. Then this way I can still have my runners in the negative if I need to without risking any profit. We just take from the profit we just made. I feel like if we get below the 69 level, we could maybe make a push back down to the 50% mark. Yeah, we are trading live unless it's a delayed. Yeah, definitely a good possible long off the 50 here. If it can come back and find resistance back up here, then sell back through the 50, I kind of like the shorts. All right, let's see if we stay below this level here. I'll close this trade down if we get back, if we close back above this 50 level, because I don't want to be back above the 50 here. All right, so that 50 did hold. Oh, it's just wicking so bad. Come on, don't do it. There we go. Second target. All right, we're just gonna go to break even. We just have one contract left, so we'll either hit the 50% mark, it'll just come back and stop us out. And we'll risk a little bit. It's just one micro. Oh, wow. I don't know what that was. Holy goodness. What the crap? I hope that didn't take my profit. No, okay, we're still good. I don't know what that was. Holy goodness. I hope people had stop losses on. I'm sorry, it's a futures market. Holy crap, that was insane. Oh, that was just straight dirty. You know, you know that did some people dirty that doesn't have use stop losses, that just say, "Oh, I use a mental stop loss." That's where you get wrecked by a mental stop loss. Holy goodness. I know, I didn't see that coming. I was just like, I was focusing on the 210. I was trying to get down to like that 50% mark. So here we basically shorted the retest of the 50. That's how we entered this. Now, I would not take this on a funded account. I said that I do take a little bit more riskier trades on eval trades, and this was a eval trade. And so what it is, we broke that 50 mark where we've been kind of finding support. Then we pull back, retest, then that's how we entered off of that. But I didn't see this candle coming. You know, I just didn't see an 80-point ripper. So there's that 50% pullback mark. So that's what we were targeting a while ago before we got that unexpected news candle or whatever that was. I'm pretty sure it was probably a tweet or something, because I didn't think we had any news that would make the market move 80, 90 points like that. So it looks like we're almost pulling back to our 15-minute opening range play here. back at the 200s. I'm not really sure if I'm buying the shorts yet. This could just be one big giant bull flag setup for in a little while. All right, there's your 50% pullback there. There's also the 200. Fishes, did you long here? Did you long that 200 or no? SUI coin? All right. Sweet. Nice 20 points off that fish lips. I think I got in a little late because I couldn't get my stuff set up correctly. I really wanted to shoot for that 50 or 40 points, but I'll settle for 20 points. Oh, no, we only got 10. I'm sorry. Only got 10. It did pay 20 points, though. Almost 25 points. Let me look at the... We do got a nice little trend line setup here, but man, I don't like the fact that our trauma is sitting way up here. See, the 5-minute doesn't look that great because it's closing with this leg here, and there's a lot of consolidation there. The 3-minute looks a little better because you're about 30 or 40 points away from this mess here. We'll just kind of keep watching it and see if we do get some kind of signal. It's just a indicator on TradingView. It's just another moving average. It's definitely not like a setup. We still may take this trade just with one micro. Or actually two. We'll do two. Looks like we almost have equal lows sitting at 94s, 18,094s down there too. Oh man, I haven't even checked. I forgot to update my Booleanox here. All right, we're hitting the trend line here. Yeah, it's just 45% right now, Methodical Man. No, this is the 3-minute chart. I don't like the fact that we're at this opening range low in the 50. Ah, damn it. Did I not change that? Oh, godly. I forgot to freaking change it to 20 points. I thought I did. Let's see if it'll retest. We may try to even jump back in if it retests. There's a lot going on right there. That's the only scary part about this trade here. And this is just 2 micros, guys. My line in the sand's probably going to be this 47. So if we get back above 47, I will close my trade down. Okay, there's my 20 points. We got 1 micro. We're looking for a... I think I'm going to shoot for 30 on this last runner here. There's just so much going on here. That's why we're not really moving very well. That's what made this trade a little bit risky. It's all this right here. This is why we only went in with 2 micros, guys. This is why we went in very small. Oh, damn. I hit 25 points. Oh, man. Okay. No. We got so close to the 30 points. Usually with the 3 minutes, I've been just trying to get the 20 points. Not really 30. 30 is what I usually try on the 5 minutes. So we may not get this last runner down there. May get stopped out on this last runner. I'm just hoping that the opening range low here holds. I don't want to give it too many pushes. Actually, I'm going to go to break even. We're up 13 points, so if it breaks even, it's no big deal. I don't want to give it too many pushes because the more pushes it makes, the more likely it's going to push through. So we were only able to get the initial 20 points out of that. So usually my initial target is 20 points on the 3 minutes, but I thought I could at least try to see if we could get 30 on that last runner. I thought we would at least push down to the 100s down there. But like I said, we have tons of consolidation here from this morning. So this was really the only thing that made this trade a little bit on the risky side. And we still can. What we can do is see if we get a retest and see if this holds. And we can just enter again with 1 micro. Because it was just a break even on our micro. Fish lips, you're short, right? You're short off of this 50. Yeah, this 50 is kind of the line in the sand here. Oh, you think it should be pumping like crazy? Are you long, Devin? I think as long as if you can get back above this 100 here, the opening range high in this mid session, well, that's 100 points. I think you're good, but you need to get back above this 80. All right, we're about to get a new 3-minute candle here. First target. All right, another 20 points. Nice. Short off that 40 range here. That was another retest of that 3-minute line break, the first trade we took. And once we got back below this opening range low, there's honestly still another kind of like 5-minute setup here. The only thing that's hurting this 5-minute here is all this. This is why we're not breaking through with the big move down, because of this 99 level. Oh, nice. Oh, you're saying you took your profit at 2. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I was old message. Sorry about that. Man, if we lose this 100, we should get a nice little waterfall down. So this was a 3-minute play you almost had to be patient on if you wanted the breakout. Man, did we do the 5 minutes here? I don't know. That's what scares me is got a big wick here sitting at the opening range low. I just don't know what kind of bounce we're going to get there. So we got the VWAP all the way down at the 20. I mean, we can make a run for this VWAP here. You got the Initial balance low sitting at 62. Maybe if we do, we'll just do 1 micro here. Like I said, that area is kind of a tough area. This is just 1 micro, guys. I feel like we're pushing it on this one, but we're going to take a chance since it's just 1 micro. And we're just going to we're not even going to risk no more than 20 bucks on this trade. Because we could bounce at this 88 and come all the way back. Because this is a 50 EMA. Yeah. We bounced right off that 50 EMA there. The good short was way back up there where I got short on the 3-minute charts. All right, we're going to go break even since we're up 15 points. It's just 1 micro. And this would have been the 5-minute breakout here. So I'm just playing it a little bit more conservative. And if it comes back and stops us out, we can always re-enter. Boom, 30 points. All right, so this is the indicator that we're using that'll just draw these on here for you. This way you don't have to like look for them or think about them. There's an indicator on TradingView that will put these trend lines here for you. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just taking trend line breakouts on higher time frames. Now, this is why I said this one was a little bit more risky because of this right here. This is why we went in with really, really low micros, just 1 or 2 micros on these trades. So if you got short on the 3 minutes where we got short a while ago, you're almost up 100 points. So if I had left a runner, if I had a runner, I'd be targeting all the way down at the 950s probably. So now we're at the bottom of your IBL at the 62. All right, let's see if we get a retest, little pullback into our IBL low here. That was our first VWAP hit at the 23s. I feel like we still got room to go down to the downside if we're going to take out this next leg here. it literally just wicked off me. You see that? It missed me by like a point. All right. So we got stopped out on our 2 micros on that one. I was trying to get a retest of that 62 level here. I feel like we're kind of pushing it at this moment. This is why I was letting you guys know that I do trade more aggressively on evals. This still could be the short. I might have just didn't have a big enough stop loss, or it just looks like it's just going to wick me out and go, because more likely we probably are going to stay below the 62 level. Yep, there it goes. It just didn't quite have the stop loss where it needed to be, guys. So this was the play I was looking for. So how we cross over the IBL, we pull back, retest, but unfortunately, I didn't have a big enough stop loss, or I had it where the market probably knows you're going to have it, which is right on the other side of this IBL. So that was 40 points on that push if you got short here at the IBL retest. What a bummer. That sucks when that happens. And even this one missed my first initial target by like literally a few ticks. It hit right on top of it. Man. Oh, just on the back, on the retest, it only has 55%. Oh yeah, the trend line break while ago on that, on the 3 minute and 5 minutes, definitely a higher win percentage. John, usually if we take that, it's usually only on eval only. I would never take a IBL break on a funded account or real money. Man, look at it go. Devin, were you able to get out of your long without losing too much? Or get back to break even? Yeah, more of my riskier trades like this are usually just evals. Unfortunately, we didn't take that last trade with our funded, the one that we probably should have taken it with our funded, but we just stuck with the eval today. But man, I sure did leave a lot on the table today. I mean, what are we already down from that 3 minute break? You got short back at 150, so we're down 120 points. Yeah, we waited all morning for this 3-minute breakout. This thing started setting up at 8 o'clock this morning. This is the 3-minute here that we put in Discord. And it took, what, 2 hours? Pretty much 2 hours for the setup to happen. For the break back down. It took 2 hours to break. Woo. Nice reversal. I wonder if it's going to pull back, retest the 5-minute break. Probably back below 62 we'll close this. This is just one micro. This is those Romney candles on the 5 minutes. This is something Methodical Man's been taking a lot lately, and I thought I'd try it out. I'm not really sure where my stop loss needs to be. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be at the bottom of this candle or this candle. See, I might even have my stop loss in the wrong place. All right, we'll close this one. Yeah. That's something new. If you guys watch Methodical Man, he's been taking these here, but I'm very new at taking these. I know, I didn't even notice how big the stop was. What is the stop, like 60 points? Oh, it's the bottom of this candle here. Okay. I wasn't sure. Man, I guess I didn't realize how big this candle was. So far, we're still up. We're up 294 so far on the just what little trades that we've taken this morning. We were up a little bit more, but we lost a little bit on that last one. And this is the only count we've been trading today. We didn't take any funded account trades. It was just only evals today so far. Methodical Man, you still on the road? John, is that what you're taking? The like 3 and 5 minute breakouts? What are you saying? The fair value gaps haven't been that great lately because all the momentum that we've been just kind of blasting through them. Yeah, too volatile. Yeah, starting from last Thursday and Tuesday, this has been some hard trading days. That's why I've basically been just trying to keep my risk super low the last few days. And that way, if I do take a loss, even if it's a big loss, not a big loss, but a big loss with 1 or 2 micros, it's not overly devastating. Yeah, there's no such thing as winning every trade. It's just minimizing your losses. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take any more trades for the rest of the morning. I feel like that 3 minute trade that we waited on all morning was the setup that I was basically waiting for. The 3 minutes, and we also took the 5 minutes for 30 points also. So we're able to capitalize on the 3 minute and 5 minute breakout today. I wouldn't say they were A+ setups because of this leg here. To me, I think this leg right here is why I didn't trade these breakouts with my funded account. If it didn't have so much consolidation right here, I probably would have taken it with funded, but I knew that we are going to have a lot of resistance here, and that's why we kept just kind of barcoding sideways before we finally broke, but I wasn't for sure. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for watching today. I'm going to walk away from the chart so I'm not tempted to take any more trades. Yeah, I may come back for power hour if I don't have to go anywhere. Because I know right now we're kind of shopping for a newer vehicle because our vehicle got into a fender bender and they totaled it. Well, not my car, but my wife's car. So we've been just kind of waiting on the dealership to kind of call us back because we were looking at a Pacific car that they just got on their lot. So, and they were sending it through the whole service. I think they finally finished the service on it Saturday, and now I guess it's going through detailing. All right, guys, I'll bring this over one more time and show you what I use for my trend line breakouts this morning. So this is your 3-minute trend line break. This is the one that we posted in the Discord at 8 o'clock this morning. This is the one we were waiting on. And this is one we actually took this twice. One time for, 20 points. Came back, stopped me out. Then we re-entered again for another 20 points we just did 20 points on the next one. And then I waited for the 5-minute breakout. And this is your 5-minute breakout here. And we got 30 points off of this 5-minute breakout. For anybody that likes to trade breakouts, and this indicator is called TBT. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but I can put it in the chat. I like it because I don't have to worry about looking for the trends. It just kind of puts it there for you. It makes it easy to see. And it's free, so it's free to use. Besides, paying for your data stuff with TradingView. I mean, that's the only thing that's not free. Then this other thing is called the trauma line. And the other thing that I usually use is key levels. And so what that does, it'll put yesterday's close, yesterday's low open, and yesterday's close and high, which that looks like where we bounced at yesterday. We actually pushed all the way up to the 350s. We kind of talked about that a little bit before we got up there. And that was the top of that fake news that kind of happened yesterday morning. So some reason on Twitter, I'm not sure how it got around that fast, but there was a news that says that the tariffs were being paused for 90 days and it caused the market to rip 90 points. Or not 90 points, 1,000 points. Then they found out it wasn't real and it sold all the way back down another 900 points. So it was some pretty wild action yesterday. All right. Thank you guys and have a good one. Thank you guys for watching on TikTok also today. Thanks, Bambi, for chatting and stuff with me. It definitely made the time go by a little fast. And everyone have a good evening. Good luck trading for the rest of the day.